folks, ladies and gentle cars, my name is Farkle8000, and welcome back to the October competition. A competition that is super late, but we are still running it, and we're going to be running every competition from here to the end of the year. I don't care when it gets released. Today, we are running round number 2 of the October competition. 67 competitors have advanced to round number 2. Here they are on the screen now. The reason there is not 68 competitors advancing, as there usually and most likely should be, is because there was a quadruple DNF in the very first race of this competition. In race 1, not a single competitor finished, therefore we only have 67 competitors advancing instead of 68. The competition is wide open. Salty has been eliminated, and Comic, who was your points leader coming into this competition, has been eliminated, was eliminated by Demon, who is this purple guy right here at the end, right next to the blue of Strip. He will be your points leader. Now the question is by how many points? Is he the points leader? There's also this as well, the top 10 conversation. Let's see, who is advanced on this list? Let's see. I think Stingray has advanced. Voltage has advanced. Virtual, Carrera the Bug, Splitter, Polar, and Elliot as well. I completely forgot that Elliot was at the bottom here. I think same with Sunny as well. I mean, they are very far behind, so I don't know how much they can do. But that's basically everything. We're looking at the conversation to get into the top 10, and we're wondering how many points the points leader is going to be over second place. It's going to be Demon, but by how many is the question, and of course we're wondering who's going to win this competition. We've got to run a few rounds in order to get there, so let's stop stalling and get into round 2. We begin round number 2, from right to left, with Sunshine, Loves, Emerald, and Toyota. And it looks to be maybe Sunshine and Toyota with the lead. Big bounce, and Loves is on his roof. Sunshine up on 2 wheels. She'll flip as well. It's a photo finish across the line. I think Emerald beat Toyota. Sunshine is upside down in the wrong lane in front of Loves. That is really unfortunate. Sunshine had such a good round 1 race. Unfortunately, she's gonna DNF in this one with Loves as well, with Loves being unable to get to the finish line even though Sunshine is in the wrong lane. The Diecast Competition Series has chosen to put Sunshine in third. Emerald is the one who gets the win. He kind of snuck by the chaos that was happening right next to him and grabbed the win, snuck by Toyota at the last second. Next up, we've got Bronze, Roofless, Fire, and Indy. And it looks to be a relatively even start. Maybe Bronze falling behind now, bouncing in the air. Fire was a little wobbly as well. It's Roofless falling behind there, 4 wide, crossing the line. It looked like Bronze got it ahead of I don't know, Indy. He got it ahead of Indy. It looked to be Indy and Bronze starting to fall behind through that transition. But then after the transition, Roofless didn't carry the speed, and Fire began to wobble back and forth, and so they just drove right on through. Sometimes a slow start is the best kind of start you can have. It's very rare that it comes out with a perfect victory, but this time round, it worked out. Bronze gets the win. Indy finishes second. Next up, we've got Crystal, Tab, Star, and Benz. And Benz in lane number 4 is one of 2 New Yorkers who have advanced to round number 2. And it looks to be Tab falling behind, bouncing in the air through the transition. Tab is now off the track. It's Benz pulling away. He'll get the win. Crystal will take second, Star in third, and Tab will DNF. She got off the side of the track, pushed just a little bit too hard through that transition, and unfortunately it costs her. She'll DNF. Had a great run from about May to race and land, but ever since then she has been collapsing. Was really hoping an advance to round 2 in this competition was gonna be best for her. Unfortunately, she DNF'd, so the slide continues for Tab, as Benz, one of only 2 New Yorkers to have advanced to round 2, kind of led that race from start to finish, grabs the win. Next up, we've got BP, Rookie, Mountain, Nighttime, and Mixer. And it looks to be Mixer slightly coming through the transition. Nighttime flips on his roof. BP is falling back. It's a fight for the finish line. Mixer will get the win ahead of Mountain. BP will be able to finish the race. Nighttime is flipped on his roof. He is going to DNF. The middle lanes bounced a lot coming through that transition. Unfortunately, Nighttime was the one who flipped. Mountain just got all out of shape. Impressive he was able to keep pace with Mixer, who once again had a relatively clean race. He's having a great competition. This is awesome. But he just pulled away from Mountain. BP didn't look like he wobbled much through the transition. He just unfortunately didn't carry the speed. Mixer advances to the next round. Next up, we've got Interstate, Sylvia, Catapult, and TT. Lane 1 is a veteran, lanes 2 and 4 are rookies, and lane 3 is a sophomore. It looks to be a very even start coming through the transition. Catapult in the air, landed on top of Sylvia, who's on her roof. It looks like Interstate will sneak through to get the win. Sylvia is on her roof. She will DNF just in front of her finish piece. And Catapult is off the track further back. What a wreck through the transition. Catapult went way in the air, landed on top of Sylvia, or under Sylvia. Sylvia was upside down. Catapult landed on her, then slid back into his own lane. That was a crazy, crazy wreck. Unfortunately, it results in a double DNF in this one. Interstate advances to the next round. Next up, we've got Abstract, Pennzoil, Black, and Rookie, Hoverstorm. It looks to be a relatively even start through the transition. The middle lanes bounce. They're both on their roof. Hoverstorm's all out of shape. It's Abstract trying to pull away. It's tight. As they cross the line, Hoverstorm was right there as Black and Pennzoil DNF on their roof. Abstract was really the only one who had a clean race coming through that transition. Pennzoil flipped on his roof, Black flipped on his roof, and Hoverstorm, I'm not entirely sure what happened to him. If he bounced big or just got on the side of the track and wobbled. I'm not entirely sure, but either way, it slowed him down way too much. Abstract advances to the next round. Next up, we've got Bleu, Fangs, Rookie, Polar, and 27. And Polar in lane number 3 is 13th in points, minus 75 to the cut line. And it looks to be a relatively even start, wobbling through the transition. 27 bounced the biggest. It's Polar driving away, bouncing to the line. He'll take the win. 27 will finish the race, but furthest behind. Bleu in third, Fangs in second, Polar minus 75 to the cut line. It is a big margin, but seeing as the Bug, Carrera, Virtual, Voltage, really everyone are advancing to the next round, and so I just have a feeling that Polar's big gap, it might shrink a little bit, depends on what happens the rest of this round, but I think he's going to have to win. I think it just might be a little bit too much for him to make up. Regardless, he's advancing to round 3. Next up, we've got Spider, White, T-Rex Destroyer, and Rookie Hull. And it looks to be T-Rex Destroyer slightly through the transition. Hull bounces. He's on the side of the track. It's T-Rex Destroyer in the lead. He bounces and Spider's right there. As they cross the line, I think Spider got him. Hull is going to DNF at the back of the pack. And T-Rex Destroyer is able to hold off Spider. I thought Spider got him. I thought the bounce that T-Rex Destroyer had slowed him down way too much. Apparently not, as T-Rex Destroyer holds on for the victory. Next up, we've got Rookie, Alpha, Drafter, Stunts, and Motosaurus. And it looks to be Motosaurus, a big lead early through the transition. He bounces big. Here comes the pack. Can they close? Drafter's there. He passes Motosaurus. And Drafter will get the victory. Motosaurus started with a massive lead, wobbled through that transition. I thought he was going to flip or get on the side of the track and DNF. Fortunately, he is able to hang on to the track, but was unable to hang on to the lead, as coming to the line, the pack closed and Drafter stole it at the last possible second. Next up, we've got rookies, Nerve Hammer, the Bug, and Twin Mill, with the veteran of Horseplay and the Bug. In lane number 2 is 10th in points, plus 14 to the cut line. And it looks to be maybe Horseplay a slight lead, but the Bug bounces. It looks like he's on the side of the track. It's a 3-way fight for the lead. Twin Mill wobbles. I think Nerve Hammer will get the win. And the Bug is gonna DNF halfway down the track. It's his second of the season and most devastating in his career. The Bug has had such an incredible season. Unfortunately, it has been plagued by 2 DNFs. He DNF'd in round 3 of the June competition. That brought him into this position, because without that DNF, he could possibly be fighting for a championship. But unfortunately, he did make that DNF. He climbed from the bottom, and then he's begun to fall here. Thought advancing to round 2 right here was going to be excellent for his points position. Thought that gap was going to grow once again. But the Bug DNFs and say goodbye to a chance at making the All-Star New Year's Tournament. He's going to drop super far outside of the top 10. Nerve Hammer gets the win ahead of Horseplay. Next up, we've got Hamlin, York, Beetle, and Valvoline. Everyone in this race except lane number 2 are rookies. That lane number 2 competitor is York, and he is not only a sophomore, but he is also the first New Yorker of 2 to have advanced to round number 2. And it looks to be a relatively even start coming through the transition. They wobble there, the middle lanes. The Beetle is off the track. It's York in the lead. He'll get it ahead of Hamlin. Beetle is off the track in front of Valvoline. York gets the win, the most experienced of them all in this race by just a simple year. He started high up in the standings. He's been there the whole season. He hasn't collapsed like Courtesy. We had 2 New Yorkers advance to round 2. So far, we're 1 for 1, advancing to round 3. Next up, we've got Club, Voltage, Rookie, Stingray, and Rev. Voltage. In lane number 2 is 7th in points plus 140 to the cut line, and Stingray is just ahead of him both on track and in points. In lane number 3, Stingray is 5th in points plus 177 to the cut line. And it looks like Rev has a slight lead coming through the transition. He wobbles. Every lane did. Club nearly flipped his Voltage in the lead. He bounces. Stingray and Rev are there. But Voltage will pick up the victory. He gets it ahead of Stingray, so the two competitors who sit comfortably inside the top 10 will get the win. Stingray advanced to round 2, plus 177 to the cut line, with the bug having DNF'd in the last race, or a couple of races ago. That gap is most likely going to grow and grow significantly. I wouldn't be shocked. She's not going to be locked in, plus 250 above the cut line. I don't think she's going to be locked in, but I think she's going to grow that number. Next up, we've got Virtual, Rookie, Elliot, Hendrick, and Pattern. And it looks to be a relatively even start. Elliot now beginning to pull ahead. Hendrick now up on 2 wheels. Into Pattern as Elliot takes an easy victory. Virtual is right there as well. Pattern will hold on to 3rd place. Hendrick in 4th. Elliot takes the victory. I completely forgot to mention that Elliot and Virtual are both a part of the top 10 conversation. Elliot 15th, minus 150. Virtual, the opposite end of the spectrum, 8th, plus 51. Virtual, coming off his DNF in the last competition. I mentioned it at the top of this entire competition. I thought that Virtual needed to perform the best. He advanced to round 2, finished 2nd in his race to a competitor who has 3 wins this year. I'd say that's a pretty good bounce back and a good performance in this one. With the bug DNFing, I think Virtual is going to gain on the cut line, so a great competition run here for him. Elliot advances to the next round. Next up, we've got Lego, Finish, and Rookies, Hooters, and Lickety. And it looks to be Finishes slightly, but here comes the pack bouncing through the transition. Lego's in the lead trying to pull away from the Rookies. It's tight as they cross the line. It looked like Lego was able to grab the win, was able to hold on. She was indeed. Gets the win ahead of the Rookies. Hooters does have a win already this year, but that came in Race and Land. He has shown to be a pretty good racer, though. On the original configuration, though, Lickety has had a very up and down run, but when he's on and super, super fast. So where am I going with this? I'm just trying to reinforce my point that Lego could be a competition winner by the end of the year. If Lego was going backwards the whole season, she could be in the top 10 conversation. I think getting into the top 50 in points, I think she's around 100th right now, is not out of the question. Lego gets the win here, advances to the next round. Next up, we've got Rookie, Miller, Mobile, Plymouth, and Splitter. And Splitter in lane number 4 is 11th in points, minus 14 to the cut line. It's Plymouth with a slight lead early, but here comes Splitter through the transition. Plymouth bounces. Now he's wobbling as Splitter's trying to pull away. Miller takes 2nd as they cross the line. Tight for 3rd. I think Plymouth got that. He did over Mobile. Splitter gets the victory. Your 2020 champion on the sister track to this one, the much steeper version. He gets the victory right here. It's shocking that Splitter has had the type of season he has. I mean, he's competing for a spot in the top 10, so he hasn't been slow or a slouch at all. It's just shocking he hasn't even won this year, as his younger brother Elliot has kind of stolen all of that glory. But 11th in points coming into this race. He's easily going to be top 10. Splitter gets the win. A pretty solid win and convincing win at that to the next round. Next up, we've got Carrera, Dual Fueler, and Rookies, Mock and Custom. And Carrera in lane number 1 is 9th in points plus 33 to the cut line. And it looks to be a relatively even start. Maybe the outside lane pulling ahead on slight wobble as Carrera's now falling behind, bouncing to the line. It's Dual Fueler who gets the victory. It looked like Mock did something very similar to what he did in the last round. Bounced, might have gotten on the side of the track coming to the line there. This time here, though, it really hurts. Last time it was kind of an easy victory. Dual Fueler gets the win. Carrera, it looked like she was going to go for the win. But through that transition, either she just made a mistake or she just chose to back out of it. She realized, I'm not on the side of the track. I'm clean. I'm going to finish the race. So just keep going because your gap's going to increase. The bug has DNF'd. And I feel like that's what was going through Carrera's mind there. Coming to the line, she chose to back out as Dual Fueler takes the win. This is the 17th and final race of round number 2. Next up, we've got Shifter, Demon, and Strip. Demon in lane number 2 is not only the only veteran in this race, as everyone else are rookies, but Demon will also be your points leader at the end of this competition. His race right here will determine how big of a gap that truly is. And it looks to be Strip a slight lead, bouncing through the transition. He hit Demon, but he's straight now. So is Demon coming to the line. It's tight, but Strip will get the win. Demon in second. Shifter will take home third. But everything I mentioned at the end of the last competition nearly came true. Strip bounced through that transition and nailed the side of Demon, had him wobble. I think if Strip was a heavier competitor, I think he would have knocked Demon onto his side, flipped him completely over. That was unbelievable right there, as what Comic hoped would happen nearly did, but Demon, unfortunately for him, does finish the race. He comes home in second. I'm not entirely sure of the math there. That's 23 into 60, so it's probably going to be around 40 points, if I had to guess. Maybe 30 to 40 points for Demon to Comic. Strip will get the win, and here is how round number 3 lines up. We have 2 New Yorkers advancing to the next round. I do realize I did misspeak with York. I'm kind of recording this like long ways apart from the first bit, and so I completely forgot that we had indeed raced Benz. So we are actually 2 for 2 on the New Yorkers. He's the second one advancing, York that is. So 2 New Yorkers in round number 3. That's going to be fun. We have 2 4-car races and 3 3-car races. The quadruple DNF in race 1 of round 1, I don't think affects that at all. So we're still going to have a final 5 and then, or a fast 5, excuse me, and then we're going to have a top 2. Make your picks now on who you think will get there, who you think the fast 5 will be, and then ultimately the top 2. If I had to give a rough guess, I'd have to say look at Lego, though he's going up against 2 very fast competitors in the next round. So I guess we'll kind of see about that when we get there. But also thinking about Strip as well. Super fast. As long as he can keep it clean, he could win this competition. And that will do it. Welcome to December. This was round number 2 of the October competition. Like, comment, and subscribe down below if you don't want to miss the rest of this competition or the rest of this season, because you bet bet your ass it's going to be finished. And until next time, my name is Farkle8000, and we'll see you later.